Screw your freedom.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
Good morning, everyone. Let's call this Monday Morning Melee. No. Monday Morning SHTF Melee. What is a melee? It's kind of like a free-for-all, except free-for-all is our free-for-all Friday. We just did last night a fantastic, folks, Sunday Night Live at the zoo. You guys were great. Just questions. Always be questioning what's going on. I don't have all the answers, folks, but I can help you gather information, give you some more perspective, help you make a better decision. Right as shit at the fan? I think so. I really do, folks. We got a lot of stupid. So in this melee, right, I remember as a kid, I remember those old Western movie bar scenes where chairs are flying and people are flying and fists are flying and people are swinging on chandeliers, right? Stuff coming from all directions. And I thought, let's do a Monday morning melee, right? Kind of simulate that. Well, let's start with Germany's health minister. That's right, a health minister. I think a health minister should know about health, how to stay healthy, right? Well, Karl Lauterbach, German health minister, has caught cerveza bug. Don't worry, though. He's been quadruple. That is not 1, 2, 3, but 4 Jim Jones juice. It's safe. It's effective. Keep taking it, you dumbasses. Oh, good golly, folks. Good golly. Now, this is scary. And I want you to think about how dangerous this is. And in Ohio, and it's a very sad story, a man executed, killed, murdered 4 of his neighbors because he believed that they were engaged in mind control against him. He posted, folks, an absolutely crazy Facebook rant claiming they were using mental telepathy to control him. Right? Now, we all have our strange beliefs, right? And I'm not excusing this guy at all. Certainly no, I'm condemning him. The difference between 2 people with, conspiracy theories or strange belief systems, there's a difference. If one has moral limitations, while the other may be indoctrinated to believe taking violent action is acceptable. Now, the reason I bring up this angle, is to say, for example, Democrat socialist students today have grown into adults, and they believe that if anyone upsets them, that upsetting them is an act of violence, and they can retaliate with any level of violence they feel is necessary to justify or rectify the problem. Kind of sounds like what this guy is all about. He believed something, and there were no moral boundaries. There was nothing where he could say, I'm really upset and I have this strange belief system, but I can't hurt people because of it. This is where we're at, folks, in this world, where these people lose their shit. They go off the deep end, right? We need to think about this. Folks, if it gets really bad, if we get some Mad Max problems, if we get some food interruptions, right, food to stores, if people can't get food, they're going to start losing their shit. And the question is, will they or won't they heed to their moral belief systems? Or are their moral belief systems bankrupt because of what the education system has done? Just a little thought. And speaking of thoughts, Bill Maher, M-A-H-E-R, Bill Maher has been making some interesting statements. Well, since cerveza bug started, he seems to be the only Democrat socialist, and boy, that's what he is, who actually wants to use a little bit of logic. Now, a couple of weeks or months ago, Bill said, cutting off your weenie, not a good idea when you're a kid, because if kids could make decisions, we'd have a lot of boys running around with peg legs and, missing an eye because they want to be surgically transitioned into something they believe they should be, at the age of 4 or 6. Anyways, Bill's back. And it makes a big comment on fat acceptance. Once again, flying in the face of modern socialist, Marxist, America destroying stupidity. And I keep saying, he must be appealing not to the far left Democrats, and certainly not to the far right Republicans, even though he's making a little bit of sense. I think he's shooting for that narrow gap right in the middle, the undecided individual, independent guys. Anyways, he says, you're not a freedom fighter because you want to keep eating donuts. He said that fat acceptance is exasperating America's obesity epidemic, and that they are, quote, rewriting science to fit ideology. Yes, they're rewriting science, folks. Follow the science. Well, science isn't really science anymore if it follows a political ideology, agenda, or narrative. Right? Now, I'm considered overweight. Right? At one point in my life, I was considered morbidly obese based on my height and weight. Anyways, it's incredible, folks. Bill Maher is warning people, hey, now when people who are more leftist, less freedom-minded, when they are warning against what is being done, how much louder should you and I be screaming and yelling at what is going on in the world? Truly, folks, truly, we really should. The Monday morning melee, what do you guys think? Should it become a permanent thing? Kind of a potpourri of schnittola hitting the fan? Could be. We'll see. I think later this week, I'm going to have another Board of Truth episode, so stay tuned for that. Keep a sharp eye. Now, speaking of cow crap, French farmers, their big shop union official, has warned of a coming milk shortage. Yep. This is what the president of the Economic Commission of, dairy farms, this is what he has to say. I think that in the coming months, we will have a shortage of milk in France. To make milk, you need fodder, mainly alfalfa and corn, which have grown little this year. The dude's name is Yannick Philippe. Now, here's the deal. To make milk, folks, you need more than alfalfa and corn. You also need dairy cows. That's a key ingredient here. You need dairy cows. You can't say, well, you need mainly alfalfa and corn and a big herd of cockroaches to milk. You got to remember, folks, this is part of a plan. Part of a plan to starve the world, to convince them to do what others say. When people are scared, fear motivates their actions. When people are scared, fear motivates their actions. But when they are starving and broke, anger will take over for where fear once stood. And that is becoming a very big problem right now. France, get ready. You may have some problem getting fromage in your near future if they keep this kind of crap up. But it is, folks, it's becoming a big problem around the world. Over the weekend, many more countries broke into, instantaneous protests and riots and screaming and yelling. Why? Because they are all being hurt. Folks, it's not just us at the gas pump. It's not just us at the grocery store. It's the whole world is feeling this. Now, I want to kind of end this Monday morning SHTF Melee with a nice little tweet. Okay, this is a nice tweet. Blaming GOP governors for shipping the illegals into sanctuary cities is hysterical. The GOP governors don't want them here. The people leading the sanctuary cities do. So how come Bowser and Adams, and those are the mayors of New York City and Washington, D.C., how come Bowser and Adams aren't thanking these governors for their generosity? That was from Republican Representative Lauren Boebert, right? You bring in a question, a thought, an idea. Well, these Democrats claim they're about sanctuary cities and that illegals are just fine. Well, the people that don't want them are shipping them there, and now, right, they don't want them. And actually, they should be thanking Republican governors, thanking them for their generosity, for helping make those cities even bigger and better sanctuaries. Good golly, folks. This week is going to get nuts. I've got more coming for you. So I'll see you in a little bit. And remember this, folks, chance favors the prepared mind is yours. I sure hope so. Go to thepreparedmind.club, folks. Sign up for premium videos. Join us live daily. $2 a month. That's 7 cents a day. Why have you not signed up at thepreparedmind.club or at the Prepared Mind on subscribestar.com? I'll see you there. Thank you for your support. And man, it's going to get stupid this week.